Understanding the Growth Mindset, Developing a Continuous Learning Culture abstract. This article explores the concept of growth mindset and its organizational applications. Originating from Carol Dweck's research, a growth mindset, the belief that abilities can be developed through dedication and effort, stands in contrast to a fixed mindset that views talents as static traits. When implemented authentically in organizations, rather than as superficial terminology, a growth mindset culture transforms how companies approach development, feedback, risk-taking, and innovation. The article examines practical strategies for cultivating this mindset across various organizational domains, from leadership modeling and performance management to training and recognition systems, while providing concrete examples from industries where growth mindset principles have driven significant advancements. By intentionally shaping systems and practices that embed continuous learning at all levels, organizations can build adaptable cultures primed for sustained achievement and innovation in the face of emerging challenges. What does it mean to have a growth mindset? For organizations seeking to foster continued learning and development, the notion of a growth mindset holds promise yet can be easily misinterpreted. Today we will explore what having a growth mindset entails and how such a mindset can be meaningfully cultivated within an organization. The growth mindset concept. The concept of fixed and growth mindsets was popularized by the work of psychologist Carol Dweck, 2006. Her research identified that individuals' underlying beliefs about their most basic qualities, such as intelligence or talent, can either be entity theories reflecting a fixed mindset or incremental theories reflecting a growth mindset. Those with a fixed mindset believe these qualities are static traits, while those with a growth mindset believe them to be qualities that can be developed through effort. Subsequent research has shown that holding a growth mindset leads to adaptive patterns of behavior, Yeager and Dweck. 2012. When faced with a challenge or setback, individuals with a growth mindset are more likely to respond with strategic effort rather than helplessness. They believe that abilities and competencies are scalable with learning and practice. However, simply teaching the concepts of fixed and growth mindsets does not automatically lead to adopting a growth perspective. Bennett et al. 2013. A deeper understanding of mindset theory is needed to foster its application. Defining organizational growth mindset for organizations seeking to cultivate a growth mindset culture. The concepts must be meaningfully translated. On an individual level, growth mindset reflects beliefs about personal development. For organizations, it reflects a commitment to continuous improvement and learning at all levels. Some key attributes of an organizational growth mindset include a belief that the capabilities and performance of both individuals and the organization overall can always be further developed. There is no predetermined limit to what can be achieved. A focus on process over immediately assessing outcomes. Emphasis is placed on learning from both successes and failures to iteratively enhance current practices. Promoting an environment where risks and mistakes are seen as opportunities to gain knowledge rather than reasons for punishment or blame. Psychological safety is prioritized. Valuing feedback and ideas from all voices as potential sources of insight and progress. Contributions are judged on their merits rather than who provided them. Investing resources into cultivating skills that will benefit long-term adaptability and innovation rather than only focusing on short-term outputs. Holding an achievement orientation where standards for high-quality work are made clear and progress is celebrated. Yet the process of development itself is also recognized as valuable. Developing an organizational growth mindset thus involves more than just espousing abstract concepts. It necessitates concrete efforts to shape systems, practices, and culture accordingly. Building a growth mindset culture to bring organizational growth mindset from theory into action. Leaders must walk the talk and drive intentional efforts across multiple domains. Some evidence-based recommendations include leadership modeling. Leaders embodying a growth perspective through openly discussing challenges and seeking feedback sets the tone. Neyhoff et al. 2019. Their belief in continuous improvement motivates others. Performance management. Shift focus from annual evaluations to frequent developmental feedback and goal setting. Burnett and O'Boyle. 2021. Outcomes should recognize efforts and progress over time. Onboarding. Emphasize that all roles offer prospects to expand existing skill sets via mastery experiences like stretch assignments. Yeaton. 2008. Newcomers see potential, not limitations. Training. Provide ample funding and encouragement for learning new competencies inside and outside formal education activities. Poacher. 2010. Expand horizons. Communication. Highlight stories exemplifying that abilities grow through perseverance and strategy use. Hoare. 2017. Relate challenges as steps in iterative advancement. Risk-taking. Make attempts at fresh ideas or potential failures that could advance ambitions and knowledge-protected opportunities. Van Dyke et al. 2015. Psychological safety pervades. Recognition. Reward developmental milestones. Strategy use. Persistence and teamwork, not just task completion or ideal outcomes. Deichmann and Van Leeuwen. 2016. Value the how, not just the what. Specific strategies can thus shape norms, systems, and day-to-day interactions to facilitate adopting an incremental perspective on both individual capabilities and organizational potential. Leaders then champion breaking old limits through ongoing enhancement efforts. Organizational applications. While theoretically seductive, tangible illustrations demonstrate how growth mindset concretely drives progress. Some successful industry examples include software development. Atlassian focuses code reviews on improving future work quality over fault finding and integrates challenges from failures into continued education for engineers. Taranto. 2022. Capabilities multiply. Higher education. Stanford uses longitudinal assessment and faculty guidance to iteratively adapt curricula based on what inspires students' talents rather than preset models of knowledge structure. Wald. 2012. New frontiers open. Healthcare. The Cleveland Clinic promotes interdisciplinary collaboration to invent fresh diagnostic and treatment protocols through experimenting with diverse specialties, pooled insights, and risk-tolerant pilots. Institute for Healthcare Improvement. 2023. Boundaries dissolve in service of better patient care. Manufacturing. Toyota sees setbacks as occasions for re-engineering workflow systems rather than reprimanding personnel, and continuously cross-trains all employees to think like leaders who propel company-wide refinement. Leica and Convis. 2012. Staff skills and processes evolve endlessly. Consistently focusing efforts on cultivating an environment that embraces potentials yet undiscovered seems to advantage innovative work across competitive fields. Organizations able to institutionalize perpetual learning and improvement position themselves for long-term achievement. Conclusion. Carol Dweck's foundational research highlighted the benefits individuals can reap from adopting a growth rather than fixed mindset. For organizations, translating this concept entails more than espousing abstract principles. It demands intentionally shaping culture, systems and practices to embed continuous learning and improvement at all levels. Leaders play a pivotal role by modeling openness to feedback and championing developmental efforts as forms of progress rather than risk or failure. When organizations view both individual talents and collective capabilities through a growth lens of perpetual enhancement, they cultivate an adaptive ability primed to surmount whatever challenges may emerge. Fostering a true growth mindset culture holds powerful prospects for sustained organizational achievement.